So, you want to build your vocabulary in a new language, and you want to do it fast, right? Well, you've come to the right place. We are about to break down a really simple, super powerful, and honestly kind of fun method to help you master new words. Let's get right into it.
There's this quote that just puts it perfectly. Grammar is the structure, but your vocabulary, that's the bricks. You can know all the rules in the world, but without the words, your conversations are going to feel pretty empty. So today, we're going to start building with those bricks. So, how do you get a good supply of these language bricks? Well, the system we're diving into is a specific flashcard method. And look, this isn't just some random idea. It's a technique that's been backed by places like the BBC for really serious vocabulary building. It looks simple, but believe me, it is powerful. Okay, quick reality check. This isn't some magic wand you can wave. Just like any skill that's actually worth having, it takes consistency. But here's the deal. If you put in the time to make your cards and really practice, the payoff for your fluency is going to be absolutely huge. All right, so what do you actually need to get started? Let's talk about gathering your tools. You are probably going to be surprised by how simple this whole setup is. And that's it. That is your entire toolkit. Just some sturdy cardstock, a computer and a printer, some scissors, and yeah, even an old shoebox will do. Chances are you have all of this stuff at home right now, which means you can literally start building your vocabulary today. All right, tools are gathered. Now we get to the fun part, the real heart of the method, creating your own custom-made professional-level vocabulary cards. This is really where the learning kicks in.
The whole process breaks down into these 4 simple stages you see right here. We're going to start with designing the front. Then we'll add the secret weapon, the phonetics. After that, we design the back, and finally, we just print and cut. So let's start with the front.
Okay, check it out. The front of the card has just 2 key things: the new word or phrase you're learning, and right underneath it, the phonetic spelling. Seriously, that phonetic part is what's going to help you nail your pronunciation from day one. It's a game changer.
So why are phonetics such a big deal? Well, look at this example for the word creditor. The regular spelling, you could guess, right? But the phonetic spelling, creditor, it's like a perfect map for your mouth. It tells you exactly how to say it. All the guesswork is just gone.
Now, let's flip it over to the back. This is where you put the meanings, but notice how the layout is mirrored? That is such a clever little design trick. It's set up that way so when you print double-sided, the front and back line up absolutely perfectly every single time. And here is a super important pro tip. You're going to be tempted to cram every single possible definition onto one card. Don't do it. The advice is to limit yourself to 3 meanings max. This keeps the information easy to digest and stops your brain from getting totally overloaded.
And here it is, the final result. Once everything is printed and cut, you just organize your cards in a simple box. This thing right here, this becomes your own personal library of knowledge, all ready for the daily practice that's going to lock these words into your long-term memory.
Okay, so you've built your awesome deck of cards. Now what? Let's talk about the daily practice. Because look, making the cards is just step 1. Using them the right way is what actually makes the knowledge stick. The routine is just beautifully simple. You're going to practice for at least 30 minutes a day. Pick a card, any card. If you see the word, say the meaning. If you see the meaning, say the word. But here's the golden rule: no peeking. You have to rely on your memory. This forces something called active recall, which is basically your brain's workout for remembering stuff.
And remember, the goal here is all about consistency, not cramming 1,000 words in one night. The recommendation is a nice, steady pace of about 15 new words a day. That's a goal you can actually stick with, and it gives the new vocabulary time to really sink in. So, what is all this daily practice building up to? Well, your first big milestone is about 1,500 words. Once you hit that number, you'll have a strong enough foundation to start having real, articulate, and pretty cultured conversations. How cool is that? But of course, the real goal isn't just to memorize words on a card, right? It's about actually using them. So let's talk about the final and most rewarding step, taking your brand new vocabulary out into the real world. So how do you actually do that? Well, start watching TV shows with subtitles on and listen for your new words. It's like a treasure hunt. Use apps to chat with native speakers, or hey, just jump into social media conversations. The whole point is to find opportunities to use what you've learned.
And that pretty much brings us to the end. You've got the method, you've got the tools, and you've got the strategy. All that's left is to start building. So that just leaves one question. What's your first word going to be?